Hey YouTube, how is everybody today? I hope you are all doing well. I am okay. I don't know how well this is going to turn out, but we're going to do our best with the lighting and stuff. It's going to be all fucky and stuff, but this video I think needs to be made. Today is Tuesday, November 5th, 2024 at 5:49 p.m. And yeah, so some of you may or may not know, I guess I better turn my headlights on, duh. Some of you may or may not know that I was on a trip recently. I went away for 8 days to Nova Scotia. I live in Ontario, Canada, so I decided to go for a road trip, 2 days long, to Nova Scotia. Oh, this is shitty lighting. Anyway, to Nova Scotia, Canada. I spent 5 days pretty much there, maybe 6. 2-day drive there, 2-day drive home. That's 4. So I think 4 or 5 days I was there. I think I was gone for a total of 8 or 9 days. I fucking don't know. For me, one day runs into the next, especially when you're not working. But that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is, holy crap, the lighting really sucks. The point of this video is, this trip proved something to me. So I guess I'll get to the start of this and why this trip even came about. Most of you know that in May of this year, I lost my job. And I've been looking for work ever since, with no luck. Unfortunately, absolutely no luck. So, a friend of mine recently, 4 or 5 weeks ago, lost her job. So something that had been on my mind for a while was, maybe let's try and seek, well, I was thinking to myself that maybe I want to try and seek employment somewhere else that's not Ontario and start a new life, right? Sounds like a good plan. Most of you will agree, most of you will not. I have an asshole right up my butt. I'm doing 65 and a 60, buddy. Go fuck yourself. Anyway, so have a nice day, asshole. See you later. Enjoy your speeding tickets. So, as you know, that was my thought, right? Well, my friend lost their job, so I'm like, hey, there's not much for me in Ontario here anymore. I'm pretty much done. With the overtaxations and the underpays and just, Ontario and BC, the only two provinces under my understanding, are the most underpaid and overtaxed provinces in Canada. I have no clue why that is. I think Ontario, because we have Ottawa, which is our parliament buildings and shit. And BC, I have no clue, because it's the West Coast. I don't know, close to California. I have no idea. But anyway, regardless, those two provinces are fucking stupid provinces to live in. I think if you're rich, live there. If you're poor, don't. Find a way to get the fuck out. So, that's what I've been trying to do. So I brought this up to my friend. I'm like, hey, why don't we go take a trip for a week to the East Coast? You know, try and gather up some money. Take a couple weeks, we'll gather up some money and we'll go. Okay, no problem. About a week before, I think 3 or 4 weeks later, she says, okay, I have the money, let's go. If you want to pitch in for gas, whatever, great. So that's what she says to me. She says, if you want to pitch in, you can. If you don't, that's fine, I got you. I'm like, great, I will pitch in when I can, because I don't want to do the whole trip for free. So obviously I'm fixed on a budget. I'm on EI. I don't get a whole lot of money on EI, because holy fuck, why would you have a full income on EI when you're trying to pay all your bills and rent and everything else, right? Makes sense. But regardless, so we agree. So I'm like, all right, cool. We leave Ontario at 6 in the morning. We get through Quebec. We get into New Brunswick. We stop for the night. Everything is good. Everything's hunky-dory. I have no reason to be stressed. I have nothing. I'm I'm enjoying the road trip. I'm enjoying the scenery. I am enjoying the change of life already. Things are good. We get up. The next morning from New Brunswick, we travel into Halifax, Nova Scotia. Everything is still good, as far as I'm concerned. Everything is still good. We get to our Airbnb for our first 3 or 4 day stay. Everything is good as far as I know. We go grocery shopping, we get some food, I make dinner, whatever, or we ate out. I think the first night we ate out. Then the next day we went to the grocery store and bought food, and I cooked a little bit here and there. But regardless, we ate. Things were good. We decided to take a little bit of a drive down to Peggy's Cove, go have lunch or dinner. I think it was dinner because it was like 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And then we have dinner, and she starts to stress to me that, oh, I'm running out of money, you might have to help. And I'm like, okay, no problem. I can, give us gas to go to Cape Breton, whatever, and help with the food. Okay, no problem. Great agreement, right? I'll get us to Cape Breton, tank and a half of gas, and I'll pay for the food while we're there. Great. Or not. We get to Cape Breton. And of course, we stop for food. She asked me, how much money you got left? I said, don't worry, I got us enough to get us there. We'll be fine. Because I'm thinking to myself, going home is covered, right? Maybe I'll pitch in for a tank. Maybe I won't. I don't know. But that's what I'm thinking to myself. Because it's open. Apparently not. So first night, everything's all good. The next morning, I wake up. She's like, I got a little problem. I'm like, what's that? She goes, I'm out of money. My bank account's in the hole, blah, 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 blah. I don't know how we're going to get home. You need to spend money for gas. You got to pay for us to get us home. Not asking if I can afford to get us home. Telling me I have to get us home. I'm like, okay, my brain's a little confused, but I'm thinking, okay, what happened? You told me you had this much money. Now, I know we did not spend that much money on a couple days worth of fuel and an Airbnb and a little bit of food, which I covered most of the food. So I'm absolutely floored. I have no idea what's going on. But I'm like, fuck, okay, let me figure this out and I'll get back to you. So that night, she's on the phone with friends. She's like, oh yeah, we're having a great time, blah, blah, blah. Everything's good. We'll be home in a couple days, blah, blah. Nothing. Okay, that's fine. Whatever, talk your shit, right? I'm thinking things are okay. Everybody's happy-go-lucky. I was wrong. The last night we're there, she's like, oh yeah, you gotta get us home. I don't know how you're gonna get us home, but we gotta get us home. I'm like, what the fuck? This is not on me, but whatever. So I called a friend of mine. I'm like, hey, can I borrow some money? I can't afford to pay it back, but I'm gonna pay it back. I need to borrow some money. I'm stuck. This is where I am, and I need to get us home. Okay, no problem. My friend loans me the money. I paid it back today, by the way. I'm still floored. So I borrowed enough to get us 2 tanks of gas. Plus, I had enough money in my account for 1 tank. So that's 3 tanks of gas to get us home. And I know it's going to take us 5. It took us 4 to get there. It's going to take us 5 to get home. I don't know why. I think because it's directional, and while I was heading home, we were into a headwind. So it was pretty fucky going home. But it took us 5 tanks. Somehow I managed to cover all 5 tanks. And on the way home, I had enough money to get us food. I don't know how I pulled it off because the math didn't math, but I managed. Get us home. We're in Ontario, around Belleville. She started, you mad at me because the last night there was problems between her and her sister and her house sale or whatever bullshit that I care nothing about because it's nothing to do with me really. But there's drama there, and then I'm stressing because I'm trying to get us home, and so there's a little bit of drama there. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm thinking, this is it. I'm done. But we get to New Brunswick. We stay the night in New Brunswick. Excuse me while I reach for something that flew up my dash. We stay the night in New Brunswick. All is good when we get there, really, but not really. I know I'm backtracking a little bit, and my brain's just kind of like a lazy Susan right now. It's just going around. But we get there. Drama starts with her sister. Drama starts with the fact that she's got no money. She's stressed out because she's got a bank. Her bank is in arrears of over $400 or something. And I'm like, how the fuck does your bank get that far in a hole? I've never seen that. Well, all my bills came out all at the same time. I'm like, did you not budget for your bills? Blah, 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 blah. So I'm thinking, whatever. Fuck's sakes. Now, how am I going to deal with this now? We have no money, no food. And we got a 12-hour drive ahead of us from here. So neither of us are eating in the morning. Neither of us are eating on the way home. We are just stopping for gas, and that's it. Gas and go all the way home. Which gives me reason to be upset, right? Because this is supposed to be a trip. It's supposed to be enjoyable, not stressful and angry and fucking trying to figure out how it's going to make it all work. This was all supposed to be covered. So, I'm freaking out, but I'm not saying a word. I'm just being quiet. And then again, like I said in Belleville, are you mad at me? I'm like, well, yeah, why wouldn't I be? I mean, so I told her in Belleville, I said, you know what? The idea of me moving with you is null and void. I am not doing it. Fuck that. You know, you got us stuck this time. What's to say you're not going to get us stuck when we're out there? And then, you know, with both of us not working and everything else, it's just not going to work. She actually agreed with me. She said, okay, that's a great idea. Do what you got to do. Fine. I get to my house. I get out of the car. I grab my stuff and I say goodbye. And that's it. I get in the house and I start to think about all of this, and I thought, what is it can I do? Sorry for the darkness, guys. What is it can I do that can keep this friendship alive? And is it worth keeping alive at this point? Now, there's a lot of history here. There's 4 years of friendship here. A lot of untruths told by this person who I told when I first met them. You ever lie to me, relationships are never going to work. And of course, oh yeah, no, I never lie to you, blah 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 blah, you know. But every time I turned around, I was catching her in a lie, and she somehow managed to gaslight me. And I'm thinking to myself, whatever. But you know, people are hard to come by, you know. Here's the part that I struggle with the most is, yes, this person was a good person to me, but at the same time, there was so much gaslighting and lies. That I just couldn't deal with it anymore. So what do? Like, the final straw was the trip. Oh, fuck, I hope that's not her. The final straw was the trip for me. And now, when I got home, I wasn't thinking of ending the relationship. I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to take a break. I'm going to think about it, figure out what to do, where to go from here, because I strongly really still want to leave Ontario. Here's the thing. I'm done with this fucking province. I'm absolutely fed up. I want to go somewhere where I can actually live and be happy and enjoy life. Unfortunately, that could only happen if I could afford a mortgage. Especially in the East Coast. Because rents are fucking stupid on the East Coast. Mortgages and home ownership, cheap as fuck, but rents are just out of control. Absolutely 100% out of control. Never should the prices be that high. What do you think you are, in Ottawa? Toronto? Jesus Christ. But anyway, rents are absolutely stupid, but it is what it is. You know, you still got to figure it out, make it all work. And right now, with income, I would still have to work 2 full-time jobs to be able to afford to live out there, which makes no sense because there's no absolute peace, right? That keeps me on my toes because I don't have money for a mortgage. Mortgage would be cheap. I found a home out there on 2 acres of property right on the ocean. 300 feet from the ocean. 300 feet from the ocean for $340,000. 3-bedroom home, $340,000. And the fucking house was gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful siding outside. The best shade of blue I ever seen in my life. Okay, I don't know if it's just because it's in Nova Scotia, but this shade of blue was the best shade of blue I ever seen in my life. And if you know me, my favorite color, or one of two of my favorite colors, is blue. Love blue, always have, always will. Blue is very beautiful color. Love this house. I wish I had the $340,000 today, because today I would be making a drive back to the East Coast, buying that house and living there. I would own it, and then all I would have to do is find a job for $20 an hour and don't give a fuck because the house is paid for. I could convert half the house into an Airbnb and live in the other half by myself and be happy. I would never, ever, ever, ever have to worry out there. Never. I could rent an Airbnb for $4,000 a month and wouldn't even have to work. What, tidy up after people when they leave and do a little bit of laundry? Woohoo! Repair something that might have broke? Woohoo! Wouldn't give a fuck. I can't do that here. Even if I could afford it here, I wouldn't. I'd be gone. If I had the money tomorrow, I'd be gone. Fuck it, I'm out. But back to this friendship issue. I know, lazy Susan brain, right? Am I wrong for ending this? Because, like, I've literally deleted and blocked from Facebook and Instagram. I'm working on figuring out a way to get her off TikTok. I unfollowed her, but somehow she's still in my contacts for messaging, and I can't figure that out. But I mean, like I said, there's 4 years of history there. A lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of frustrations on my part, because as a friend, I always want to help. Everybody knows that. She always asking for help. I'd give her my help, or I'd give her my input, and never once did she accept it. I know that's a woman thing, right? They don't accept nothing for face value. They just, oh, men are stupid, that's it. You women really need to fix that, because you're fucked. Men are not stupid. We're smarter than you. You just choose to think we're stupid because you're women and you think you own the world. Which, this is a story for another day, but I think we need to take all that shit back, because fuck, holy crap, women need to be humbled so much and put back in their places. Everyone in this world has a place, man and woman. And right now, as this world stands, man has no place. We are just objects. It don't matter what we say, it don't matter what we do, it don't matter who we have friends with, who we talk to, what we do for a living, what we don't do for a living, what we drive, what we don't drive, what we walk, what bus we take. It doesn't matter what we do or how good we are at doing it. It's never enough for you. Women need to be humbled. But this is not the point of this vlog. I struggle every day now. For the last 2 days, I've decided that the relationship is done. I had stuff in her storage unit. I went and got it out the other day. That's all this crap that's back here behind me, clanking and banging around. I got to find a place in my house for it, or in one of my rooms. I got work to do. I got lots of shit to do. But here's my other problem. If I decide to find a job in the East Coast somewhere that pays reasonably enough where I could just get a room to start for a few $100s a month, help me keep my car payments, get the insurance, change my whole life around. But the problem is, I'm alone. That's the other thing. I have never been alone in my whole life. I am 45 years old. I've never lived alone. I've always been with people, even though I've lived on my own. If that makes sense. If it doesn't, let me dumb it down to you. I've always lived in somebody else's home and people lived there. I've always had roommates. I always had spouse with me. I've always had family with me. I have never, ever officially lived alone. I don't know what to do with myself if I ever lived alone. I'd probably be lost. Like, and don't get me wrong, I love my quiet time. People are gonna, well, you'd be so quiet without. I know. And I love my quiet time. And I get that here where I live. I get lots of quiet time. My room that I sleep in now is currently almost soundproofed. I still hear noises, but for the most part, it's quiet. I don't really hear much. I hear enough, but I don't hear much. I absolutely cannot. I have a good life here where I'm living. It's great. I don't have to do much, but I do enough. I'm sure there's ways I could do more, but I think I do enough. I look after my space. Sort of. I need to do better at that, but I do look after my space. I clean up after myself. I make a mess in the kitchen, I clean up. I unload the dishwasher, I load the dishwasher, I turn it on, I turn it off. I do all kinds of stuff. I help pitch in around the house where I can, you know, bag of milk here, loaf of bread there, whatever. It's always something. It's small, but it's something. I know when I live on my own, I'm gonna have to cover everything, all my food, all my bills, everything, whatever it is. I know that, and I need that. I think honestly, I really do. I need that, but it's a scary. I don't know if you've never done it before. It's a scary thought. Okay, it's an extremely scary thought. That's why I chose to go with a friend, but unfortunately, that's not going to work because what happens when the money runs out? And neither of us have jobs. I know my friend's going to see this. Well, as far as I'm concerned, ex-friend now, I got to keep saying that. I know she's going to see this, and I hope she's understanding that there's no ill will against her. I just feel like you've duped me too many times. I feel like you do talk a lot of shit. I feel like you have lied to me many, many occasions. You always change the story. Every time I go, hey, didn't you say you were going to do this? And oh, no, I never said that. I get it, it's a woman thing. Y'all do it. But to me, that's lying, gaslighting, being unfair. Like, I always tried to keep the relationship fair. Friendships should be fair. You do something for one person, good, do it back. I mean, it doesn't always have to be a financial thing. It could always just be verbal, some emotional thing or whatever. Be there for your friends. And I've always been there for her. I've always tried to help her in the right direction. I've always tried to get her brain to go in the right way. But clearly, whatever I said, whatever I do, it was never good enough. Because even though I got us home from this trip, I didn't even get so much to thank you. I put myself in debt to get us home. What my friend doesn't realize, and I don't think she did, is what would have happened to her if I wasn't there. Because here's the thing. You called your friends. Oh, so-and-so, I'm upset. I'm out of money. I don't know how to get us home. But Richard's going to cover everything. He said he would. We never really officially discussed it. Just was told that I was going to, for one. There's a difference between... Hello, Mr. Fire Truck. He's going on the 401. Uh-oh. Oh, well. There's a difference between asking somebody if they can get us home and agreeing, and telling somebody you have to get us home because I got no money left. If I would have even known that was even a thing that was going to happen, I never would have agreed to a go. Because I thought you were smart enough to realize that, you know what? I don't have enough money to get us there and back. And I know Richard's struggling. Fuck it. We'll just go anyway and see what happens. That's exactly what happened in your brain. Oh, no. I know, I can hear you already, even though you're not even here. No, that never happened. Yeah, it did. Because I know damn well if I would have said, hey, so-and-so, let's take a trip. Let's get some money together and make sure we do this right. And then you come to me later, and then I come to you later and go, hey, never mind. You know, if you want to pitch in, great, but I got this. And then not even a quarter way through the fucking trip, turn around to me and go, I turn around to you, and say, hey, you're going to have to pay for the rest of this because I'm fucking broke. All my bills came out all at once, all $2,000 worth of bills. All came out at the same time. Which has never happened in any life ever. Every bill you have does not come out on the same fucking day. It's not even, it's not possible. At least, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I've never had every bill I ever had come out at the same time. I've always had them staggered, bi-weekly, certain amount and a certain amount. Never have I ever had enough bills to equal 80% of the money you were supposed to have to go away with and get us home. Again, I don't know if I'm ever going to be right or corrected from wrong, and I know for a goddamn fact if I was sitting here I'd be corrected left and right, even though it'd be a lie. Because you don't do that to your friends. You don't take them somewhere and get them to enjoy something and then fucking stab them in the back and go, fuck you, get us home. Then I get us home. And here's the kicker, this is the part that I forgot to say, is I got us home and she says, oh, I have $40 in my bank account. I can go put gas in my car so I can go do Uber. Let that thing in. Just sink that one in for a minute. You held out $40 worth of fuel to get us home so you could fucking deliberately throw it in my face. I'm going to go do Uber so I have some money next week. Do you know what that said to me? Fuck you, Richard. Fuck you, Richard. I don't give a fuck that you put yourself in more debt to get us home. Fuck you, I'm not going to help you pay this debt back. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. That's what I heard. Fuck you, I have $40. I'm going to put gas in my car so I can go do Uber, make a little bit of money for next week so I'm not broke. While you sit at home for a week and a half, twiddling your fucking thumbs in your fucking room because I can't go anywhere. You reached out to me twice. Once the same night we got home to tell me about some fucking water main break that had nothing to do with my area. And then to tell me about my sunglasses that I left in your car. What the fuck? Really? Not, hey Richard, I'm sorry that I did this. I apologize. Let me make it up to you somehow. Fucking, you know, maybe when I get my pay, I'll give you some money once I get this or something or whatever. Nothing. Not a fucking word. I show up at your house the next day to get my glasses and you're still in fucking bed at almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I left you a voicemail. Drop my glasses off at my house because I'm not coming back. There's my glasses. She dropped them off at my house, left them hanging on the mailbox. Which is not where I told her to put them. I told her, I said, take it in the house, the door is open, put it on the garden rack that we have. We call it it's a baker's rack, but we used to put all our pots and plants and stuff there. It's right inside the door. You can't miss it. Nope, she hung them up on the mailbox. Whatever, I still got them. But she must have showed up after I left today, because when I left, they weren't there. And an hour later, I came home and they were there. So maybe she was watching me to see when I leave the house. I don't fucking know. But I have no idea. But after this, and the more and more I think about it, I think for me, the best decision is to cut ties. You're on your own. You have to move in like less than 20 days. Good luck to you. I'm actually kind of relieved that I don't have to pick up no fucking pianos or anything, because I wasn't interested in that. But you don't have me there anymore to help you and give you a guiding hand. And even though every time I tried, you just turned it off anyway and just ignored everything I ever said. So that's fine. I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to be your punching bag anymore. I do realize I still have 2 items in your house, and you know what? Keep it. Because essentially you paid for them anyway. You bought them a couple of years ago. Just keep it. Do what the fuck you want with it. I don't give a fuck. Leave it at the house. Take it with you to wherever. Just keep them. I don't want them. I don't care. Because if they come with me, they're just going to rot anyway. So just do whatever with them. I don't give a fuck. Sell them. Get your money out of it. Not that you're going to be able to sell them. It's the end of the season. Nobody's going to be buying a lawnmower and a blower. Well, maybe the blower will sell, but the lawnmower won't. Just keep it. I'm done. And I don't care anymore. I tried for 4 years to be a good friend to you. And you tried for 4 years to lie to me, to never take anything I say seriously. All the help I've tried to give you, you've always thrown it back in my face. And this past week you showed your true colors this past week to me. And I should have seen that a long time ago, but I didn't, because I will admit, over the 4 years, it's been probably 60% of the time a pretty good friendship. Many trips together, camping. We had a trailer for a summer together. We did Niagara Falls, fucking whatever, did all that shit. Collingwood, all the things I always ever wanted to do, you did for me. And I will always appreciate that. I was always hold those memories. I will never forget it, because it was a good time. And even this Nova Scotia trip, it was a good time. But at the end of the day, your true colors showed up. Over a week later, and I haven't heard boo from you. You knew I was mad at you, but you didn't do anything to make it better. So, when I'm mad at people, or when somebody's mad at me, usually a couple days, and then I'll be like, hey, what's going on? Blah, 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 whatever. But you didn't. That showed me who you really are. As far as I know now at this point, you are officially alone. And whatever journey you decide to take is all on you. I have no idea about your sister anymore. I deleted and blocked her and her husband off Facebook. I haven't removed the numbers off my phone yet, but I'm thinking about doing that extremely soon. And yeah, I'm as sad as it makes me, I'm not going to do that no more. Whatever my decisions from here on, if I decide to leave Ontario, I'm doing it on my own. I'm not asking any friends. I'm not asking any family. I'm just gonna go. And that's it. This has been the longest vlog ever. But this is everything coming out in the wash. I mean, the story, the history in the last 4 years is great. There's a lot to unleash here. But again, I'm just unleashing the last week. Last 2 weeks, I should say. Maybe you'll see this before I delete and block your number. Maybe you won't. I don't know. But I just want you to know, good luck to you in all your future endeavors. I hope wherever you end up on your feet and you thrive and you survive. But as far as I know right now, unless something's changed, you're on your own, because you don't have me there anymore. And I know your sister's pissed at you. So unless you pick up your other boyfriend, and you know who I'm talking about, you're on your own. You're always telling me all these people are your friends, but I never see any of your friends around. It's always just me. So I don't know. You're on your own. Goodbye to you. Enjoy your life. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody else, if you've made it this far in the vlog, please just say hello in the box. Put something in that comment section. Tell me if I'm right or wrong about all this. Let it sink in and come back later and let me know. I don't know. But would you do the same thing? Would you just go after so many years of whatever, and then the last 2 weeks of whatever this was, would you do the same thing, or would you hang on to that person? I don't know. Like, it took me a week to get to this point. A lot of thinking. I didn't do anything rash, because the day I got home was the day I wanted to end that. I was like, go fuck yourself, blah blah blah. But I didn't. I calmed myself down and I thought about this methodically, and I'm like, do I really want to do this? And unfortunately, after a week, and I've calmed myself down and I've thought about it and I've weighed all the pros and cons, and yeah, I'm cutting off a tie. It's done. It's over. No more. So again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please put a comment in the comment section below this video. Let me know if you've had any similar experiences with your friends or ex-friends or boyfriends, ex-wives, whatever the fuck it is. Thumbs up the video, thumbs down. If you see this and you made it all the way this far and you're wondering what my TikTok's all about, I have TikTok. Big Taz 2022 is my TikTok handle. Look it up. Add me on TikTok. Come see my videos on there. I got lots of stupid shit on there. It's funny, some of it. Some of it's kind of cool. A lot of it is scenery. You know, I think there's a random car TikTok in there too. I don't know. But yeah, there's a lot of shit. Go through it. Have fun. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, goodbye for now.